Hello, everyone. This is the lecture in continuation of the topic of obtaining a vehicle. We did one example when the customer did buy a brand new car. Now we want to do another example. This time, a customer wants to buy a used car, and we want to do the calculations. So, in buying a used car, the car price is $5,000, let's say. And as you see, it's much cheaper than the price of a brand new car, obviously, because it's a used car, right? Imagine it's like a 9-year-old car you're buying. And because it's a used car, you do not pay HST, you pay PST, as I mentioned in the past lectures as well. So the tax you pay is only 8% and not 13%. And you decide to buy this car with a loan. So you go to the bank, you ask for a car loan, okay? And the bank does the calculation and they say you have to pay a monthly payment of $256.13 every month. And then they ask you, how long do you want this to be paid? You say you want to do this in 2 years. So you decide time is 2 years. The rate of interest charged by the bank is 7%. It's compounded monthly. These are the decisions that the bank makes. They have their own, offers. And we want to find the total cost of the vehicle and also the interest that was paid on this car loan. So the first thing we do, we're going to calculate the cost of the vehicle with tax. So it was $5,000, obviously. But then I said that we have to pay PSD, provincial sales tax, because it's a used car. So I'm not going to multiply by 1.13 this time. I'm going to multiply by 1.08 because we're calculating 8%. Okay, so you can use your calculator and multiply 5,000 by 1.08. So that means $5,400. This is the price of this used vehicle. So you want to buy this, you can pay cash $5,400. Take the car, go home, no questions asked. But this is not what you decided. So what you decided instead, that was a lot of money, $5,400. You decided to go to the bank and ask for a car loan, and you decided the bank actually pay for you. Okay, the bank pays this amount to the dealership. You get the car, and then you are dealing with the bank in the form of monthly payments that you make, $256.13 every single month for a duration, for a period of 2 years, as you decided. So the car loan repayment would be the following. So 2 years, that is 2 times how much? 2 times 12 months, right? So that will be 24. And the amount that you pay monthly, the bank told you $256.13. So 256.13. And if you do the multiplication, you have to make 24 payments, 2 times 12, 24 payments, each one $256. So 256.13 times 24, that would be $6,147.12. So this is the amount you end up actually paying to the bank because they paid $5,400 for you on day one to the dealership and you got the car. So if you had paid $5,400 cash on day one to the dealership, you would grab the car, go home. But now you are ending up paying more. Instead of $5,400, you're paying $6,147.12. And the reason why you're paying more is because you didn't pay on day one and somebody else paid it for you. And you're actually paying interest to that somebody else, which is the bank actually. Okay. So how much interest did you pay in this transaction? The loan repayment cost was $6,147.12. The cost of the vehicle was $5,400, including the taxes and everything, which of course you chose not to pay on day one. And you decided to ask for a car loan from the bank. So now when you do the calculations, the difference would be, if you subtract 5,400, it would give you $747.12. So this is basically the extra amount you paid to the bank because you asked the bank to pay for you, okay, 2 years ago. And today that you finished your car loan, let's say, and you ended up paying $6,147.12, when you look back, you see that you paid an extra amount to the bank, and that is $747.12, which is called the interest. And this car, cost you this much more. Who made the money? The bank made the money. Why? Because they did business with you. What did they do for you? Well, they paid $5,400 to the dealership, and you got the car. So now you have to pay this car loan back, obviously. So that's why this is the cost of borrowing, actually, $747.12. The interest that the bank charges you is the cost of borrowing money, basically. So that is the second example I gave you. And this was for buying a used car. Before, I gave you another one for buying a brand new car. And this third example is about leasing a car. So basically, you are renting the vehicle. The car selling price is $24,000, okay, and it's advertised in the dealership. They say, oh, we have 0% financing, deals, this and that. The down payment, you decide to pay $1,000. You can go $0 down payment, or you can put like $5,000 down payment, but you decide to go by $1,000 down payment. And the term of the lease is for 4 years. So after 4 years, you sign the contract. And you promise to return the vehicle after 4 years, okay? The dealer does the calculation, and they say, okay, the monthly payment you have to pay for leasing this vehicle, for renting this vehicle, is $369 every single month, okay? And we want to calculate the total cost of this leasing. So I mentioned in the past that the total cost of lease equals the amount of down payment that you pay on day one plus the regular monthly payments. So if you add them up, that is the total cost of the lease. So in this scenario, so total cost of the lease is going to be $369 that you pay every month, and that's for 4 years. So that will be times 4 times 12, because every year has 12 months. And then we should not forget about the $1,000 down payment that you paid at the beginning. So here it says down payment plus. So I add your down payment, $1,000. And now we do the calculation, 369 and plus 1,000. That gives us $18,712. And right on the dot, actually. So $18,712 is the total cost of the lease. This is the final amount or total amount that you ended up paying over the period of 4 years. So on day one, you went to the dealership, you signed the contract, you got the keys of the car, you started enjoying driving the car. You made monthly payments of $369 every month, and after 4 years passed by, now you look back and you see that you ended up paying $18,712, and this is the total cost of the lease. And imagine the car price was $24,000. You paid a lot of money. It's like $6,000 less than the full amount of the car. And the thing is that you have to give the cars back to the dealership and take the bus, go home, because that's the deal. That's the, contract for leasing a vehicle. That's the condition, that you do not own the vehicle. If you wanted to own the vehicle, then you have to buy the car and maybe ask for a car loan from the bank. But you chose to rent the car and you paid a lot of money, but this lot of money is just for paying for the use of the car, basically. And now, after paying $18,000, $19,000, you still have nothing in your possession. You have no car. You give the keys to the dealership, you go home. So you have to consider these things when you want to decide about leasing a vehicle or buying a vehicle, okay? One of the advantages of leasing a vehicle is that you can write off the cost in your business. So if you're a businessman, you have a personal business, whatever, you can write it off in your taxes. So that's one incentive why people choose to lease a vehicle. Some other people, they like driving a brand new car, and they say it's okay, they're ready to pay for that. Okay, so you have to see if this leasing fits your particular situation or not. Okay, leasing might be good for some people, might not be good for some other people. Buying could be good for some people, and buying might not be good for some other people. So there's no right or wrong answer, because often people, they ask, okay, what should we do? Should we buy or should we lease? Well, the answer is it depends. Okay, it depends on your situation. It depends on your preference. If I'm liking vanilla flavor of ice cream, that doesn't mean that you like vanilla. Maybe you like chocolate flavor, right? And I cannot force you to like vanilla flavor of chocolate, and you cannot force me to like chocolate flavor of ice cream. So that's why there is no right or wrong answer. It depends on what you want to do. But each one has its advantages and disadvantages, all right? And the average monthly cost over the lease of life. Okay, you want to know on an average basis every month how much it did cost you just to drive the car. Okay, and to do this, we just grab the total cost of lease and we just divide it by the number of months, which is 48. So the average monthly cost is going to be 18,712 divided by 48. Now, where did 48 come from? Well, the whole term of the lease was 48 months. It was 4 years, wasn't it? So that's why we divide this figure by 48. And on average, it says every month, basically, it costs you $389.83. Okay? So this is how much, on average, it did cost you. Okay? Now, every month you were paying $369, but we should not forget that $1,000 that you paid. That should also count. That was your money, wasn't it? You worked for that, right? So if you take that into account as well, so basically every month it costs you more. It costs you $389.83. And this is excluding the maintenance cost, actually, because you have to pay for the gas. That's like $2,000-3,000 a year right there. You have to pay for maintenance, oil change, and tire rotation, all those other maintenance fees. So the average monthly cost is way actually more than that. But this is only for the leasing of the vehicle, for the renting of the vehicle. Our last and the next topic, we'll be talking about maintaining a vehicle and what are the calculations and what's the mathematics behind maintaining a vehicle. We'll be talking about depreciation of vehicles and all of that. But in these recent 2 lectures, I hope you understood how we do the calculations in 3 scenarios: buying a brand new car, buying a used car, and leasing a brand new vehicle. I hope you understood the calculations and watch these lectures several times and try to redo the questions by yourselves and rewind, fast forward, hesitate about them, think about them, so that you get good hang of these, because it's like very, very useful, actually, mathematics that is used on everyday life. So good luck in your studies and stay healthy and safe. Thank you.